All right, let's dive into a question that sounds super simple on the surface, but wow, it gets right to the absolute heart of how our entire economy functions.
I mean, you've probably thought about it, right? If a country is struggling, if people are in debt, why can't the government just, print more money and fix it?
And hey, it's a tempting idea, isn't it? Seems like a direct, powerful fix for these massive challenges. But, and this is a big but, that's where the logic starts to fall apart in a really big way.
To really get why, we first have to nail down this one crucial difference: the difference between money and actual wealth. They sound kind of the same, but trust me, they are not the same thing at all. And this distinction, it's everything.
Think of it like this. Money, that's just a tool. It's the paper or the numbers on a screen that we all agree to use to trade. But wealth? Wealth is the real stuff, the goods, the services, the houses, the technology. Money is basically the claim check. Wealth is the actual coat you're trying to pick up. Here's a perfect analogy. Imagine a stadium has 10,000 seats for a huge concert. If you go and print 1 million tickets, did you just create more seats? No way. All you did was create more claims on those same 10,000 seats. That's exactly what money is. It's just a claim on real limited things. And this leads us to the single most important thing about your money. It's purchasing power. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how many dollars you have. It's about what those dollars can actually buy.
So, what happens when a government just decides to ignore all this and fires up the printing presses anyway? Well, it sets off this dangerous chain reaction.
Okay, so here's how it plays out. The government floods the system with new cash. Now, suddenly, there's way more money floating around. But, and this is the key, the amount of stuff to buy hasn't changed at all. So you get this classic situation, more dollars chasing the exact same amount of goods. As a result, each individual dollar is worth less. And sellers, well, they're not silly. They just raise their prices to make up for it. And that phenomenon has a name we are all too familiar with: inflation. It's the direct consequence of your money losing its purchasing power. Each dollar you own simply buys less than it did before. Simple as that. But look, inflation isn't just some abstract number on a chart. It has a very real and often painful human cost. I mean, history is littered with examples, from 1920s Germany to modern-day Zimbabwe, where this exact thing completely wiped out the life savings of entire generations. Let's just take a number like 10% inflation. It might not sound catastrophic at first glance, but let's break down what it's actually doing to the money you've worked so hard to save. The bottom line is this. If you have $10,000 in savings, it now only has the buying power of $9,000 from a year ago. You didn't spend a single cent, but $1,000 of its value just evaporated. It's like a silent tax that eats away at your wealth. And the thing is, this doesn't affect everyone equally. Inflation is brutal for savers, as we just saw. It can be devastating for retirees living on a fixed pension because their income stays the same while the cost of everything, food, gas, medicine, skyrockets. And it really hits low-wage earners the hardest because their paychecks often can't keep up with the rising cost of living. Okay, so if printing money is a trap, what's the real answer? How does a society actually become wealthier? It's all about understanding the true engine of economic growth. A country doesn't get rich by increasing its supply of paper. It gets rich by increasing its ability to produce things that people actually value. Real wealth is created through innovation, new technologies that solve real problems. It comes from productivity, finding smarter, more efficient ways to make things. It's about producing better goods and services that people want, and building the solid infrastructure that makes all of that possible. This is what actually grows the economic pie for everyone.
It really all comes down to this. Real, lasting prosperity isn't some kind of magic trick. It's the result of hard work, of ingenuity, of creating genuine value. The printing press, that's just an illusion.
So really, the question isn't how we can create more money out of thin air. The real question is, how do we build genuine economic strength? And the answer isn't about finding shortcuts. It's about building a productive, innovative society where value is created, not just printed.